So what helped me finish my thesis? What motivated me to stay the course and get it done? Well, there were two things that honestly kind of come to mind as like the most important aspects of the project that kept me locked in so that I could finish. And one was weekly or biweekly meetings with my thesis advisor, my special person, and kind of ahead of time setting soft goals or goals to like push towards to bring something to each of those meetings. And a lot of times they were goals that I set for myself, um, with feedback and help. And they were usually soft goals that, I would progress towards and sometimes not quite make that week, but it was helpful to have those meetings to sort of get a back and forth with my ideas, with looking at figures, with looking at my drafts, kind of sending things ahead of time for opinions, or like if I'm stuck and I don't know what I was doing. It was nice to know that, of course I could reach out anytime, but it was nice to know that there was that time set aside where I could go with my questions or my concerns, or I needed help with something, and that my advisor or my person was there and prepared and had feedback for me or ideas for me. A lot of times we'd collaborate, we'd share screens and be able to like look at different documents or papers or discuss the things that I had sent. So it was like real-time feedback, whether it was in person. Ours was over Zoom, which was just fine with me. It was helpful to have those weekly and biweekly meetings. It kept me on track. It kept me focused. So I didn't go too long without having some accountability for what I needed to be doing. And the second thing, and I think this was actually the most important thing for me, at least, was having my research questions posted, printed, written out. It was stuck somewhere in my workspace, my workstation. For me, it was my office. It was right above my monitor. So every time I sat down to do something, even if it wasn't working on my thesis, I still had that like constant reminder of that's what I needed to focus on. So I wouldn't forget to work on it that week. Or when I was working on it, for me, I kind of like, I get distracted really easily by things. So it was nice that when I was writing or I was reading papers or I was looking at something, I always could look up and I had that focus of, okay, oh, I need to refocus and not get too lost in the weeds. It was keeping those questions kind of at the center of what I was working on, and always that constant reminder of that's what I'm working towards, so I don't go off on a tangent and spend a lot of time on something that wasn't really going to benefit my research questions in the long run. So that was helpful for me. It was like having a constant reminder of my goals, and what I was looking to answer with my research questions. So definitely weekly, bi-weekly check-ins, and having some kind of something to bring to the table for accountability. And then the other thing was just, she suggested I post my research question, and I feel like that really helped me because it just kind of kept me on target, kept me on track for what my goals were for my project. So I think those two things definitely helped me complete the thesis, finish it, and feel good about the process too. So yeah, that's what I did.